Today is the 10-year anniversary of one of the biggest license plate controversies in history, so let's go back to 2014 when these guys went down to South America to film the Top Gear Patagonia special. But if you take a bit of a closer look at the DVD cover art, you might notice that the Porsche 928 that Jeremy Clarkson was driving in the episode has no plates on it. And that's because in the real world, that car initially had this license plate, British registration H982FKL, which many in Argentina interpreted as a mocking reference to the 1982 Falklands War, which is not taken lightly down there. In Argentina, a lot of people accuse the Top Gear guys of either deliberately creating a fake license plate to stir the pot, or purposefully choosing that specific car to drive down there just to anger people. While in reality, that Porsche had been assigned H982 FKL since the early 90s, and while the crew and the hosts both assured everybody that it was a total coincidence and an oversight, that didn't really smooth things over. They explained their side of the story, and they allegedly even swapped license plates for filming halfway through the road trip. But as they got closer and closer to the town of Ushuaia at the bottom of the world, things got kinda ugly. Protests started as soon as they got into town, and eventually grew so intense that the whole team had to flee the country, and abandon their cars at the side of the road because it was just not feasible to drive them back. With Jeremy Clarkson even saying, quote, "It was the most terrifying thing I've ever been involved in." And the reality is that this whole thing was never really reconciled. Argentina's ambassador to the UK demanded an apology, the BBC refused, and the whole incident just kinda simmered in Argentina for a few years, especially in Tierra del Fuego. That is, until 2017, when local police in the town of Tolhuin, Argentina, who had initially impounded the cars after they were first abandoned, decided to finally destroy them and their license plates to hopefully prevent any future protests and put this whole thing behind them.